Hi guys, coming to you today from my home bar with a little backstory on the evolution of the Jimmy's Bourbon label and why you might want to seek out some of the older labels that are no longer available on the estate. So going back to why we started the clear label thought process, we made the vodka in the first place in 2012. We actually released it in 2014, and that is Dirk's vodka. So Pierre and I developed a clear label for this so you could see the crystalline clear product, and you could also see through to the back label that had the shape of Texas on this, because this is a pure Texas product. And so then a couple years later, while we're waiting for the bourbon to be ready, aging in the barrels, the current distiller's grandfather came by and he said, that color of that bourbon is gorgeous. The amber color really looks like my goggles that I wore as a World War II torpedo bomber pilot in the South Pacific. So we decided this is also great for a clear label. I will take a picture of these and then we'll make the goggles clear and you'll be able to see through Hero's eyes. So not only does this bottle represent the original Jimmy Hines inspiration, this represents the original distillation by Pierre. Now after Pierre passed away, Marnell's husband Jim took over the distillation, and so he had worked with Pierre on these things among a lot of other vineyard processes, and he knew the recipe, he knew what to do. And we also kind of wanted to make a mark with his new brand of Jimmy's for his grandfather. And we also had some issues with the labels that were clear. We have like a 1972 vintage label applicator, so doing all things by hand is sometimes awesome and sometimes troublesome. So sometimes when we apply the clear label, there's some bubbles that appear that are not very attractive. So we went back to our wine label supplier and we developed a magazine-like slick version of Jimmy's that's a little more modern but still has the telltale goggles and that kind of feeling. And everybody was happy except for our brand new distributor. So we had just hopped on with Southern Glazers, and they are the largest distributor in the US. So many facets of that are like going from Little League to the majors and drinking from the fire hose. So they were very clear with us that they love the bourbon, they love the liquid, and they just didn't like the label at all. So I humbly and quickly went back to the drawing board, and we kind of thought, if we could have anything, what would we want? And so I had always been looking for the wine to be screen printed, and thought that was just also out of our league. But now that we were in the big leagues, I thought, let's try this with the bourbon. And what screen printing is, it's like your t-shirt. You send a blank t-shirt, in this case, blank bottles, to Napa Valley, and then they paint a white layer, and then they paint the next color layer and the next color layer. So we had a whole truckload of bottles coming, and it's kind of a hold your breath moment because you don't know what it's gonna look like, but there's a whole bunch of them. And I'm just hoping you can read the word Jimmy's and you can read the barcode, important things like that. And so they actually did turn out gorgeous. And so this is our current bottle. This is our John Wayne super sexy bottle. And so that's what you will find out there today. But there are reasons to find the old ones, now you know. So we are hoping that in the future we will be able to get all of our spirits to have their own shape and their own style, but we're very boutique, so please be patient with us. And I think you can see reasons where we might not know where stuff is out in the marketplace, because kind of once it leaves the estate, it's in the hands of that store, and we really don't know when they sell out or if they still have a little stock of these unicorns. So now that you know their stories, maybe you should go seek them out safely and let us know what you find, let us know what you taste, and keep drinking Texas bourbons. Good luck.